Rachel here with another episode of Whole Health and Clarity. It's been a couple weeks since I've done an episode. I've been busy learning and just soaking up information so I can be better as a health coach, an epigenetic coach, and just improving my overall content. I'm an avid learner, and one of the things I love to do is sign up for different courses. And so I've really been making an effort that if I've signed up for a course, I'm finishing that course before I sign up for another one or learn anything new. So that's been something I've been doing over the last couple of weeks, trying to finish up some different courses that I've been doing. And a lot of that is to do with epigenetics, peptides, but also social media and marketing and things like that. All these things that you need to know for business, but also things that you need to know for being a health coach and being helpful to clients. So I'm happy to join you again. It's been an interesting time with all of the hurricanes, storms coming through. We've had a little bit of effect by that. So I hope wherever you are that you're not being affected by something like that. If you are, my energy and my love goes out to you as you recover from that. We've had the effects of the last couple of storms come through here, and luckily we've been good. Just a little bit of flooding, a little bit of water. So that's really what's been going on with me. I do have another thing that's coming up that I've been working on, which will be coming out next month. I've been working on a group of lovely ladies, different from all different walks of life. One of them is putting on a summit, and I am going to be a speaker at that summit. It's going to be a virtual summit, so I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm going to be doing my recording for my video next week, and I will let you know when that's going to be available so that you can not only see my video for the summit, but also all the other ladies and all the beautiful information that they are going to be sharing with you on this summit. My topic is going to be sleep and how your health starts at night. Something to think about, because sleep is so important. As adults, we need to get a minimum of 7 hours. And so if you aren't out there you're not getting your 7 hours at night, I encourage you to make sure that you're following good sleep hygiene and getting those 7 hours. And if you want to learn more tips, then I will let you know when the summit is so you can watch that and be a part of that. What I want to talk about today is brain health. One of the things as we think about our health and as we get healthier, we think about all kinds of different organs, right? We have our heart, we have our lungs, we have our liver, kidneys, skin, and we think about all of these organs as we age. But I wonder how many of you, and there's a poll there, if you can answer yes or no, think about your brain health. It is an important thing that maybe we have overlooked in our health. A lot of our organs, we can survive with, if we take out parts of our lungs or our livers or kidneys and things like that, yes, not ideal health, but you could survive with having some part of them missing or even have them transplanted. And the heart can even be transplanted. But what about the brain? We can't do brain transplants. And if you start to lose cells in your brain or parts of your brain, you can really have impairment, not only in your thinking, cognition, things like that, but also your movement and your speech. So brain health is something that is very important to think about when we are looking at our overall health. Especially as we get older and our brains do naturally start to lose volume and do start to use some cell growth. But the good news is that we can grow new cells even up into our 90s, they're finding now. It used to be that they used to think that by the time you were 25, that was it, your brain peaked and there was no more. And then once you got into middle age, it was a slow decline from there. But that is not true. We can still grow new cells and we can still keep our brain active and going and thriving into our 80s and 90s, which is great news. But we do have to think about our brain health in order to do that. So today I want to just give you a couple of tips on brain health. And some of them are great, and some of them might take a little bit more work. So the first one I want to talk about is exercise. Everybody knows exercise is good for your body, but it's also good for your brain. Exercising, even just taking a walk, will help increase blood flow to your brain. And how the brain gets its nutrients is through blood flow. So you want to get out, you can exercise. The other thing that's really good is to exercise in the morning. This is when your cortisol, there's a couple of hormones going on. One is that you want to be exercising in the morning to keep your cortisol at its optimum, because that's when it's in your body, according to your circadian rhythms. It's going to be an ideal time to balance it. The other thing is, if you can exercise outside, this is a good time to let your body know that it's going to shift from melatonin, which is what you produce at night to sleep, to serotonin, which is what you produce during the day. It also boosts your mood. So exercising, getting the blood flowing, helps your hormones, and it helps with stress, because cortisol is one of the things that we talk about with stress and putting weight on. It will help regulate. So exercise in the morning and outside if possible. I know here it's getting colder, and I went out for my walk this morning and it was 54 degrees, and I was like, oh, this is a little chilly. But fall is here and soon winter. But it's still very important, even whatever you can do to get that sunlight and be outside, to let your brain know it's shifting over now and time to produce different hormones. All right, so another thing that you can do is your posture. It's very important to keep your neck up, keep your posture straight, because again, this affects the blood flow to your brain. A lot of times now we get hunched over the computer or our phones, and our heads tend to fall forward, and we're getting terrible posture from doing that. So it's really important, if you can think about it throughout the day, to make sure you keep your head up, increase that blood flow to the brain. It'll help improve your thinking and your overall well-being. The other thing, now here's the one that's really good, my favorite, chocolate. Some dark chocolate. It has to be dark chocolate. It has some properties to it, flavonoids, that will help with brain acuity. So just a square, you don't need a lot. Just some dark chocolate, that will help with some brain health. The other thing to do is obviously keep your stress levels down. One of the things I've talked about before is essential oils can help with this, one of them being lavender. Sniffing lavender, there's research on it. It does bring your stress down, and bringing stress down is great for brain health. The other thing is also keeping our weight lower. So this is really important, because scientists have found that fat cells do leak some toxins that will cross the blood-brain barrier and into the brain, which could affect our brain health. So obviously keeping our weight down and having our bodies in a healthy and slender way is optimal for brain health. So I'm hoping that these have given you some food for thought, and that, as you move forward in your health and vitality, that you will consider a little bit more about your brain health and how that comes into the picture when you're looking at being healthy overall. And especially as we age, it's even more important to think about those things. And, if there is any questions on brain health or what you can do to help with your brain as you age, just message me, and I'm happy to either find the answer or help out where you can find the answer. So for now, this is Rachel, and I'm wishing you a beautiful Labor Day weekend. If you are here in the United States, enjoy the rest. Make sure you do rest and recover so that you can start the next week off and into fall in great shape. All right, guys. Thank you.